Welcome. Excuse me. Oh, I'm coming in hot. Welcome to week one of the NFL season here on the Ballinesian podcast on the Polytickin network. We welcome you to our time amongst your podcasts. Hopefully, you are following us wherever you get your podcasts here on the Polytickin network, whether that be the Polytickin network YouTube page, on the Spotify or Apple podcast streams, or very generously on the patreon.com/the Polytickin podcast.
Sign
All
up
right.
for it, folks. Sign up for it. We are.
We
Lance is a little hot also because both of our teams are. Everybody's saying undefeated. I choose undefeated. Both of our teams are undefeated at the moment. So yeah, it's been a pretty good football week for us.
It's going good. We
It
are
is.
here, and by the blessing of Levasa Island Apparel.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Brother E. Ride. They got the Via Dolorosa Neighborhood Market on Saturday, September 20th. Make sure to follow Levasa on Instagram, LE_VASA, to get the latest that is going on there. We are 1-0. Let's go. I don't know. That's not a cheer, but I feel it in my heart. I feel it. Undefeated. Want to know the Chargers and the Raiders. You are here listening to the Ballinesian podcast. Thank you so much. Someone's talking about sports, a Charger and Raider fan, talking about week one of this chapter of the NFL in our lives. Welcome back, people. We made it, and lots to discuss. Our teams, obviously, how we won in Brazil, international, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Worldwide, versus the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome.
That's a big win.
Everybody.
Big
You're
first
welcome.
win.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Or flying across country to the Mike Vrabel-led Patriots to shut down Drake May and Geno Smith's first win in the silver and black for Las Vegas. Congratulations to the Raiders fans. I can hear you guys from here. Let's thank God. Bro, I am so into it.
Hey, I don't know if you saw my
it.
Instagram post the other night, but the first thing I said was, "Hey, God, thank God for the win." I mean, it was a whole prayer, but of course, that was the first on my list.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah, man. So this was a great start to the season. Let's get into it. I don't want to get too far ahead. I already looked up the playoff probability for teams that start 1-0, and it is 52%. It's a coin flip, but it's not, it's more than half that our teams will get to the playoffs. That's just probability. That's just since 2000.
Right.
Since I looked into it further. It's since the change where it has become a 17-game season and a 14-team playoff. Teams that go 2-0, it's like a 70% chance that you're going to make the playoffs. So there's going to be a big jump for both of our teams to have that opportunity to go 2-0, because, spoiler alert, the Chargers play the Raiders in week 2, Monday Night Football, in the second game of Monday Night Football. That is going to be September 15th, and I'm going to drive up to Forrest's house, and we are going to watch that game together in person just to feel that heartbreak, but also happiness when one of us wins. Yeah. Do you want to tell us how the Raiders beat the Patriots?
Oh, very handily and easy. No, just kidding. Yeah, of course. Of course, I could break that down easy. They executed. I mean, they just followed whatever the plan that Pete Carroll put out and his coaches. They followed that to a T. They kind of sputtered in the second quarter.
Sputtered in the second
was
quarter.
Tough to watch a little. They sputtered in the second quarter. That was the worst quarter of the game. They only had the ball for 3 minutes. So New England really came out. They made adjustments after the first quarter, which the Raiders scored their touchdown in their first touchdown, 23-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tucker on a 3rd and 11, actually. So that was great play. Um, Defensively, they did not look good in the first half. Even on that first drive when they were amazing, they did not look good in the first half, honestly. They came out second half, made the adjustments. You hear the guys talk again about just following the plan that Pete Carroll put out there for them, and they came out in the second half and nothing, no big adjustments, but just following through on the things they were supposed to do in the first half. And they played a really good defensive game in the second half. Brock Bowers, Max Crosby. Again, you can't never mention the Raiders and their defense without mentioning Max Crosby. He didn't get any sacks, but the pressure he put on Drake May in the second half was amazing. Also, he had a pressure that led to ding ding ding, our guy, Isaac Bolomao. Oh
No.
my gosh. Isaiah Bolomao getting interception as Crosby hit him, took him to the ground, took Drake May to the ground. Interception was
That was
great.
dope. That was dope.
Yeah. First
He was
drive.
ready to return that
Oh my
mess
gosh.
to the house,
Yeah,
right? He
no.
took the sideline. He's like, go, 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 go.
Look, if you hear all the Raider analysts and reporters talk about Bolomao throughout the season, like these past, I want to say 4 seasons, like this season is his season, his breakout season,
Nice.
and all those
I
guys are
like it.
talking about it. So
You
yeah,
guys gave up 10 points in the first half, but only 3 in the
in the
second
sixth,
half when you
right?
guys went and scored 13 of your own. And then you end
Yeah,
up with a win 20-13. A road win, a conference win, the first win for Carroll, the first win for Gino, and there's these new Raiders. What's the issue with Brock Bowers? I heard he hurt his knee. He said that he was okay post game, but have you heard anything in the last day or two on what his
nothing.
status might be?
The only thing has been said about it is same thing you heard, and that was straight from Pete Carroll. Brock Bowers wanted to go back into the game late, and training staff and coaching staff both told him just hold on. They were in a good spot at the moment. They were going to see how the game goes, and if they needed him to go back in, they considered putting him back in. But thankfully, he didn't need to go back in, and maybe hurt something even more or re-aggravate something that felt good. So he got to rest that knee. Right now, there's no reports of anything lingering right now from the game. So
All right. Ashton Genty, 19 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. That's like 2 yards a carry.
I
2
mean,
catches for 2
yeah,
yards.
his
How
longest
do you
was a
feel?
9-yard run. Again, this people are gonna say, "Oh, he's a Raiders fan." Of course, he's gonna say this about Jesse. But I don't know if you watch Brian Baldinger, if you see any of his
Baldy?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I love watching his reports like after the game on. He'll do them on individuals he thinks he played a great game, and so he
Yeah.
did one on Genty, and of course, uh, every explosive play that they had and the scoring plays were brought on by really great blocking in the backfield from Ashton Jensen, something that's overlooked by a lot of people. So he's a
Ooh.
really good backfield blocker. So that was really good to see. Just picking up the blitz, I know Harold Landry had a hell of a game, and a couple of times he could have had like at least maybe 3 more sacks, but it was Genty that picked up the blitz on those plays. So good to have him there, man. He looked good. He's solid, man. Um, Even on the touchdown, it was a short touchdown, but if you see him just continue to move his legs, that's what he does. He's strong, really good. I think he's good. I think he's good. There's a play where
It's
he slipped. It was raining, so yeah.
it says Ashton, this is by Ian Hartitz. Ashton Genty had 38 rushing yards in week 1, but 44 rushing yards after contact.
After
So
contact,
he
yeah,
was
I
getting
saw that,
hit, like
and
back.
still pushing.
So
So
it's the offensive line. Hopefully things gel together a little bit better. You have a chance. I'd say you're going up against a better defense in week 2.
For
I think
sure.
the Chargers defense is like top 6, maybe. And versus the Patriots defense that, we're sure will take like a certain defensive version with Mike Vrabel, but it's his first year, it's
Yeah,
his first
yeah,
game.
yeah.
So
They're
it
still
was
getting
good.
put
I
together
saw
out there.
the Patriots were like a 1-point favorite or something. I know they were at home, but I thought the Raiders should have won this handily, which you guys, you had that 2-point
And
two
again,
score lead
I,
into the fourth
I
quarter.
think everybody looked over and had Vrabel is the coach there, and I think the job he did putting together that defense, just coming over in the offseason, I think he's
Mhm.
done a really good job. Harold Landry, of course, I'm going to always mention him. He just came over from Tennessee, where he played for Mike Vrabel, so big pickup there. Follow the guy that he loved to play for. Um, oh gosh, I can't remember. They had a DB over there that was the star of the game for them, just making plays everywhere. I think they're gonna be pretty good on that D line. So yeah, that's
Crazy they
probably
got Harold Landry. I hate that he just like got
right,
to walk away
right.
from the
I mean,
Titans. What
it
does it
was
say?
crazy.
5 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3
Two and a
tackles
half
for loss,
sacks.
4 quarterback
He
hits.
looked good,
Damn.
bro. I'm telling you, he looked good, man. Like he could be like the steal of the offseason, I think, for a lot of defenses had they picked him up. But I think he chose. Like, I don't think there was any other team that he was going to go to. I think he went there specifically to follow Mike Vrabel.
Mm.
I think he likes
Oh,
playing for him.
gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, Jesse, got you. Shout out
Yeah.
to Kyrus Tonga, 3 tackles for the Patriots versus the Raiders. But okay, so the Raiders go the Geno Smith. Geno Smith did pretty good. I mean, he had that early touchdown, and then he had 362 passing yards. Whoa, that is a lot. Okay, so 362 passing yards for Geno Smith, a touchdown. He had a pick, sacked 4 times. Um, and you guys pull out the win. Congratulations, bro. I'm glad.
Nah, it was big. It
It's
was
gonna
big.
be big. It's. I feel like that first week one, winning week one. That's something. How do you feel?
I feel good,
What is
man.
the vibes?
It's a big win because first game of the season, new regime, new coach. Not a new coach to the league. Pete Carroll's been around for a long time, oldest coach in the league
Mm-hmm.
right now. But again, you always hear it, new regime. People are, oh, it's a new attitude in the, new atmosphere, a new everything, and everybody feels good. We've heard it, and because we're Raiders fans, you've heard it for the past few seasons, because we've had so much turnover at the coaching position and quarterback position
Mm-hmm.
that you're just like, okay, well, let me wait and see. They look good. Geno Smith doesn't get enough credit right now for what he did. He went out there 362 yards, one touchdown, one interception, 4 sacks, but he went 24-34. But you know,
Nice.
hitting guys like Trey Tucker for a touchdown on 3rd and 11, hitting Jacoby Myers on a 2nd and 15, splitting defenders, like threading defenders to get stuff like that, and then the throw at the end of the game that kind of sealed it for them to Thornton, just things like that you didn't see before. Um, yeah, so really, really, really great feeling right now, being a Raiders fan, just to be able to get through that game,
Nice.
and yeah, good feeling, good feeling.
It does. It feels great. This whole weekend, we actually drove out to Redmond, out near Bend, this weekend, for Sammy's cousin's wedding. And then like it was good though because like we were doing family stuff Saturday and Sunday. And I didn't have to worry too much about football because I know the Chargers already have the W in the back pocket from Friday night. The Chargers played in Brazil on YouTube TV. Did you get to watch this game?
No, I was at work. Bobby, I was checking out highlights, checking out sports, but
Yo,
yeah.
YouTube TV, Mr. Beast was all out there. Destroying was part of the sideline crew. Rich Eisen was killing it. Um, the Chargers in Brazil versus Kansas City, who they'd lost to the last 7 times in a row. The Chiefs have won the AFC West for the last 10 years. All right. So for both of us, these guys have been like the annoying big brother that you just can't get by. You've been competitive, right? And I don't know what it's like to be a big brother. I am the little brother of the family, right? Of like 10. And this is like, I assume this is what it feels like when the older brother realizes that their reign is ending, and when the younger brother is getting not only competitive but stronger than the older brother. This has happened all across sports. Uh,
Right.
any examples that come to mind for you? I'm already thinking Bryce James is going to be a better basketball player than Bronny James. Uh, Tiki Barber over Rondé,
Over
right?
Randy Barber.
Over Rondé
Horace
Barber.
Grant. Horace
Horace
Grant is
Grant.
his brother. Right.
Oh, see,
Uh
all
yeah.
the professional athletes who had older brothers. At one point, the older brother was like, "Oh, I
I
can't
made it to
sit
the
on
league.
him
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw me off the top bunk."
Oh, hey, look at the Sewell brothers.
The Sewell brothers. Oh, hey, shout out to Noah Sewell. He
No,
killed
Sewell
it
played a great game. But
versus
Ben
the
and his older
Vikings.
brothers, that's it, man. That's another story in its own, just seeing all of their brothers play in the league at one time. So great to see.
Um,
But yeah, stuff like that, those brothers, I mean, that's
Shannon
wild.
Sharp.
We are right because
Yeah,
Sturdy both in the
Sterling is a Hall of
right
Famer,
Hall of Famer, but
but
good.
Shannon got there
Shannon made it
first.
first, right? And
Uh,
now the Kelsey brothers,
the Kelsey brothers. Oh,
right?
okay. Travis Kelsey being
Yeah.
the younger one,
I
getting
mean, both
more
great
famous.
careers,
Right,
right?
right,
Both
right. But
Super
different
Bowl,
routes. Different routes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa, better
Right.
than
Oh,
defensive player of the year over Joey. Joey Bosa
definitely.
went second overall.
Man, you
Uh,
know what a crazy one would be at the end of the career? TJ Watt and JJ Watt.
oh
Just
yeah,
because
I
like
would.
how do you get over JJ Watt? Like, but
I
TJ
was
Watt's
not
had
ready to put TJ Watt on this list as one of
yeah,
those brothers that surpassed the older
exactly.
one because JJ Watt won, multiple defensive player of the years. I mean, I
I
think
think
TJ has two, right?
I think the only thing that can push TJ over is maybe a championship. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
because wait, has TJ Watt won a Super Bowl yet?
No Super Bowl for JJ Watt. TJ Watt hasn't won one yet. He plays for
Okay.
Pittsburgh. No, he plays for Pittsburgh.
Okay, so TJ only has one defensive player of the year, and that was in 2021. I think JJ had multiple. He
Yeah,
was up
JJ has
there,
like yeah.
man. So I had JJ Watt as like still the stronger older brother for them.
Still right now, yeah.
LaMelo Ball,
Oh, definitely, definitely.
yeah.
Man, I mean, that's easy for the middle because then they had Jello in the middle, and Jello, he's not even.
Real quick, hey,
He's
Jello
not.
gave it up a lot sooner than Lonzo.
I know kids listen
So
to his music,
Lonzo's
but
like, I'm not ready to pass the torch yet. And then he
right,
got out of
and
China.
then
He was like, all right, you good. You got recruit.
right.
You good.
I don't know, but yeah,
Uh,
there's some siblings, man. Like I was telling you, and everybody in the group chat earlier, like when I was growing up and like we seen brothers like play together or like coach together, you were like, oh damn, that's crazy. Like,
mhm.
and now that I'm older and I think about it and I look at like a lot of siblings, it's not that uncommon anymore. There's a lot of siblings that play in the league right now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
except
So,
for Islanders,
so
unless you're the
again,
Sewells.
like I'm not sure the source. Like my theory is, of course, because like the one kid that's gonna be good at sports, we're all gonna let him go play sports. The rest of us, we're gonna go home and do the hours so he can go to practice.
So you're
So
saying you didn't get to go pro because you were taking care of business so that your sibling had that opportunity.
yeah, everybody else that made it to the NFL or some sporting thing that I was connected to back in the day, I helped you get there because I did stuff you didn't have to do.
There you go. Another last example I have of the younger brother becoming better than the older one is Jim Harbaugh over John Harbaugh. We're going to talk
Ah!
about John Harbaugh when we talk about the Ravens and the Bills game. We got Ravens and Bills coming up. We got a whole bunch of biggest surprises from week one. The Dolphins, is that for real? 33-8 versus the Colts in a loss. What
I'm
happened?
not.
Two us three turnovers. I mean, well, those stuff we're gonna get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of overreactions we're gonna get to. This is not overreaction. Justin Herbert, MVP season, loaded up.
Okay, buddy.
Take it straight to the
Okay,
brain.
take it
Uh,
easy.
I'm sorry. Hey, man, it was so good to see this was just standing up and firing. Also, the Chargers, we think of that run first like offense with Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman, run, 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 run. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins stuff into the line. They put the ball in Justin Herbert's hands so much more than they did to the backfield. As far as like Omarion Hampton, first of all, led the Chargers backfield. I thought it was going to be Najee Harris. Apparently, that's really a big injury, but Omarion Hampton looked okay. This was Justin Herbert's. He had 34 pass attempts. He had 7 rushes. So he had 40 of the Chargers, like 59 plays. He had 41 of them. All right. Omarion Hampton had 15 carries, by the way. That was way more. It was 15 carries for Omarion Hampton, 7 for Justin Herbert, and like 2 for somebody else, 1 for Najee Harris. But the ball was in Justin Herbert's hand, and he freaking did what he does, bro. And taking down the Chiefs and the defense. Deion Henley running around out there, Derwin James locking everybody up. Tier Tart, the defensive lineman that knocked down 3 passes at the line of scrimmage. Those were so clutch. This was Jim Harbaugh says this is a win that should go down in history. And I know Jim Harbaugh is like trying to play it up and like
for sure
rally it up, rally flag and stuff like that. But
warrants it though.
Like we said, Kansas City has won the AFC West the last 10 years straight. The NFC East, they haven't had a repeat winner for like 20 years or some crazy stuff like that. The Chiefs have dominated the AFC West. They've become not only a overlord, big brother, but like we've made them into a freaking bully, and we hate on them. It's fun, but to get the win over them and know that it is a chink like in the armor of their possible playoff run or possible franchise collapse. Maybe it's time for everybody there to move on. It's good. It feels good, man. And it also is a chance to kind of like bounce this energy and belief forward that we can hang with the top dogs, the top offenses, the top defenses, and able to get a win on an island game with everybody watching all across the world for free on YouTube. That was crazy. I wish more games on YouTube. YouTube NFL Sunday Ticket is on YouTube TV, but it comes out to like an $80 YouTube bill and a $50 Sunday Ticket bill. So it's $130 for that. And if that's like if you don't have cable, then maybe that can be your cable. But if you already have cable, then it's like way too much. To be $130 a month to what? To watch any NFL game? Maybe. Let me back up.
That's a lot.
$30 a weekend.
We went from having games on Fox where we could just watch for free. They still have, but CBS, and now we got to pay for certain games.
It's like you don't have to pay if your game is the one being shown on
the local game,
CBS or NBC or Fox or something like that. But if you want to watch your team, and not every team is in prime time every week. So certain teams are, right? They're trying to sell those games. So the Chiefs are in a lot of them. The Ravens are in a lot of them. The Ravens and the Bills lead off Sunday Night Football, stuff like that. So definitely popular teams are in those primetime moments. But, man, just happy the Chargers freaking were able to close this one out because the Chiefs had plenty of opportunities to come back. So good stuff. Big win. It should go down in history. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jim Harbaugh had a plan, just like we were talking about Pete Carroll earlier, and they're putting it into action. Second year him being there, so of course you're gonna expect more from the team. So that's what you got. More.
There you go. Things are going up. It is only the first week, so this is definitely no reaction, but feels good. Feels good. It's a lot better than losing the first week.
Right.
Losing the first week is like, oh.
That's definitely yes. That's a yes. That's facts.
Yeah. All right. So we'll talk about the Chargers and the Raiders week 2 game after we get through week 1. We'll close with that. And I think we'll put our survivor pool lives out on whether the Raiders or the Chargers are going to be able to win that game. But let's get to Jim Harbaugh's less good older brother.
Better brother.
who coaches the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, with Lamar Jackson. They go into Buffalo and have a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter before letting Josh Allen come back into the game, and the Buffalo Bills score 16 points in the last 8 minutes to win that game. They had like a 1.3% probability of winning that game in the fourth quarter. They end up winning by 41-40 with which apparently was a scoregami. Never 40-41. That's crazy. So huge comeback win for Josh Allen. Huge slip away, fumbled loss for Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry fumbling the ball on a second down run when they're trying to, or a third down run when they're trying to run out the clock. And then immediately followed by a 3-and-out to give the Buffalo Bills a chance to drive down and score. It was a 3-and-out because the Ravens did not go for it on fourth down. It was about their 45-yard line, So if they fail to convert a 2.5, 3-yard, try, they're giving the Bills the ball with, field goal range, maybe like 5-10 yards away. So Harbaugh decides not to go for it on 4th and 3. They kick off the ball. Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, they hook up. They're able to get a big field goal for Matt Prater, who is filling in for the injured Tyler Bass on like 3 days'
was
notice.
Coach.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, what's this coach doing? Oh man, that's Matt Prater." Matt Prater is like 75%. He's like 9 for 12 from 50 yards out as early as 2023 for the Cardinals. So he's about that big kick life. He makes the field goal, 38-40, turns it into a 41-40 win for the Buffalo Bills, who pull a victory out of the jaws of defeat. Some people left the stadium. This is the Buffalo Bills. This is the Bills Mafia, one of the best fan bases in the world. They're down 15 with 7 minutes to go. I get it. But come on, you're the Bills. They even got called out by Josh Allen in the post game. He was like, I know some people left, but maybe they'll have some more faith next time. So I don't think anybody's leaving Buffalo until the freaking final whistle is blown for the rest of the season. Your takeaways from that, other than John Harbaugh is a horrible coach that loses double-digit leads at a record pace, the most since 1991, according to that one post I saw and sent to the chat.
I mean, hey, you have something else invested in it. I don't have whatever you have invested in that. But
you think it's because I'm a Charger fan that I'm doing this?
It might be.
Maybe.
It's just two great teams. We had so many great games in the beginning of the first week of football. That's one of them, and you got to see two of the teams who are projected to be two teams that are deep into the playoffs this year again, as they were last year. So, my take is the defenses were horrible, and they're supposed to be two of the better defenses in the league, especially Baltimore. Baltimore's always prided themselves on having a really great defense. Didn't look that way in the game, but hey, yeah. Also, longevity in his career is what people are talking about, but it's not just the longevity in his career; it's the production he's had and how long he's been in the league. For Derrick Henry, just produces, doesn't complain. He'll have maybe like a series of games where he'll get like mediocre numbers, but the guy produces. Just another great player out there. That's been in the league for a while. That's always produced. So another takeaway from that, and then one of them had to lose, and sad to say because I have Ravens fans that are close to me, but yeah, I think I'd rather have the Ravens lose.
Yeah, Ravens. I mean, either of them. Actually, I'd rather the Bills lose. I can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Snapples. What is going on here? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay. That I need to think about that. All right. I think John Harbaugh is a bad coach. And I have some research to prove that. John Harbaugh has coached the Ravens since 2008. They drafted Joe Flacco in 2008. Joe Flacco's first contract, his rookie contract was so-so. They were running the defense. In 2012, the Joe Flacco has a perfect off or postseason and rides the defense to a championship. And I think John Harbaugh has been living off of that 2012 championship. It's 2025 now, and they haven't really done a lot since then. They had 2012 Super Bowl win, and then nothing until they drafted Lamar in 2018. 2019, John Harbaugh wins Coach of the Year after the Ravens go 14-2. But Lamar won MVP that year. That was Lamar got his MVP that year because he was taking the league by storm. And Greg Roman was the assistant coach of the year. So I think they were just like, oh, snap, the Ravens won some games, made the playoffs, and lost to Phillip Rivers. Okay, so give John Harbaugh the Coach of the Year award. And if they hadn't have got hot for Joe Flacco, he would have got fired in 2012, in 2012. And if Lamar didn't hit and become a great quarterback, he would have got fired 2, 3, 6 years ago. So he's riding the coattails of a Delaware and a Louisville quarterback. And this special teamer needs to go back to being a coordinator somewhere. No, I respect that John Harbaugh has people following him, but I think it might be, I'm sure Ravens fans, there's a sect of Ravens fans that are ready for this guy to leave. What do you think?
For sure. There's always going to be that part of a fan base that's going to look at the exact same things you just did. And I know for you, I mean, it's half jokes and half facts with you about him having to be gone. But again, you look at it and it could be just, you don't see it often. And again, you can call me old school, but you don't see it often where front office and organization are kind of staying loyal to a guy who did do a lot of things for them. And I know that's not part of the league because we're in a what have you done for me lately league at the moment.
Sure. Yeah.
So I like it because again, the loyalty that they've shown to each other. And if you think about it, if we're gonna get that deep into things, people put out stats like that. Not my co-host, guys. He didn't make those stats up. Those are actual stats. Look, what if he wasn't there? Would Lamar Jackson have gotten drafted? Is it really the GM that drafted him? Maybe that's who John Harbaugh wanted. Would he have gotten the chance to get on the field? I don't know. We don't know because John Harbaugh was there. John
He
Harbaugh's the
should.
one that put him on the field.
If the coach was good.
Oh, for sure.
So you're
but,
saying, yeah, but
look,
that's not.
We don't know. Shador could be a great quarterback, but he won't have the chance to get on the field because you know why? Because that whole front office and the head coach didn't want to draft him. So I mean, there's things like that. Joe Flacco, he gets hot maybe because John Harbaugh took him to the side and gave him the most inspirational speech before the playoffs. Those are things that a lot of people look at. Don't look at when they look at stats. Like guys who put out stats like that. We've seen just some weird stats that come out. Those stats are relevant that you put out just now for him because yes, you're looking from that side. Of course, you're taking.
This is what happened. I mean, okay. I also have this down. Since 2008, John Harbaugh has won the AFC North 6 times. He's made the playoffs 12 times. So he's won the division. What is that? 16 years, 6 out of 16, 3 out of 8.
But going to your effect,
37% of the time he's won the division.
Of course, you want to make the playoffs, but that's not the goal of your organization and for you as a coach. You're right. It is to win the championship, and in all those years he's played, he's only won one. So that's tough.
Since 2008, they've only won one championship. They've only been to the Super Bowl one time. His regular season records is 172 and 105. So that's I don't know, 8-5.
Yeah.
13 and 11 in the postseason.
I think
that's a lot of losses. 11 times you get knocked out of loss.
They had a perfect predecessor in Mike McDonald. Is that his name? Over here in Seattle. Yeah. On the roster, on their coaching staff, but as you can see, he could no longer wait to maybe take over, and he's here in Seattle. He even though they lost to the Niners, they tied the Raiders in preseason.
What's that?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Oh,
Like he still looks like a good coach out there. Like he could have been.
oh,
They might have been able to keep him, and maybe
that
set.
fool was ready to go be a coach.
Yeah, no, he was ready to go be coach. That's what I'm saying. So those are the negatives about keeping one of the negatives about keeping Harbaugh so long. So, but
Oh,
uh,
right. We talked
yeah,
about that. It was like the most double-digit losses since 1991. But just to have that
yeah,
length of a
that's
career,
right.
16
Uh,
years to build up that,
It
unfortunate
both for
record.
fans who are who care about like loyalty again, and there's gonna be a lot of older fans who think, "Oh, that's great," they're both loyal to each other, and then everybody else, who wants to see their team win, it's like, you know what? No, that sucks. Please get somebody else who can actually get them over the hump. So I'm just glad he's not our coach at the moment, and the coach we have now is undefeated as a Raider. So hey, another
Undefeated.
yeah, another fun fact from that was the first Raiders win in Gillette Stadium ever.
That was a lot of mayors. Okay. Yeah, Baltimore 0-1, Buffalo 1-0. Oh, what a game. The other West Coast game we have was the Niners going into Seattle and picking up the win. I don't care so much for the score. 17-13, so a
Wait,
defensive thing, but
was
the
was it?
injuries.
Yeah, they're significant, and they're to players that are
Bro,
significant as well. So I think,
George Kittle has been sent. This has already happened. George Kittle has been sent to the injured reserve. He will be gone at least 4 games. Brock Purdy might miss this next game in week 2. Mac Jones would be starting for the Niners. Shout out to Kendrick Bourne, who is back in San
yes,
Francisco
sir,
wearing that
yes,
A4. That shit
sir.
looks right. The Niners also cut kicker Jake Moody, who they
Oh
spent a
my
third
gosh,
round pick on in 2023. Lucy mentioned this in the group
I'm
chat.
not.
It's not his fault that the Niners keep
No,
reaching
no,
for people and being wrong. Trey
right.
Lance,
No, Trey
Moody. He
Lance
said the
though,
kicker he got hurt, but
the
they
punter. At
drafted
least,
him.
at
The
least
punter,
Trey
yeah,
Lance though had other teams that were trying to take him early like that.
right.
But I don't think anybody was trying to take Moody in the third round that year.
Bro, they got Eddie Pinero trying out, working
No,
out
they
for them.
signed him. I think. I think
Oh,
they signed him.
see, that was
I
crazy.
think they ended up signing him.
Jake Moody, I did not know this, was a record-breaking college kicker, right?
You didn't see him at
University of
Michigan?
Michigan. I
He
don't
was
watch college
killing.
football like that. I'm sorry. Uh, he was a
Honestly.
record-breaking kicker. He kicked like a 60-yarder for a win versus the Buckeyes.
Yeah, no, bro, he was the kicker. Like coming out that year,
Yeah,
he was being talked about. I don't know about third round pick, but he was being talked
third
about.
round pick. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's a. I mean, look, I come from an organization that took a kicker at number 17 overall,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
but also he can't. I mean, they could have used it or maybe on a better pick, but Janikowski became a legend in the NFL, probably one of the better kickers ever in the NFL. But I mean, those are positions where you want to take like a prime position, like pick, like a wide receiver. I mean, in the third round, you could potentially find your starting quarterback, starting cornerback, your safety. So, yeah, that's a high pick. But I'm not a 49er fan, but I'm pretty sure I share the same sentiment as them when I was like, finally, because yeah, that was a tough game to watch. Him missing those kicks. So
All right. So the Niners are banged up. That's crazy. Kittle
they
out
are.
for 4 games.
That was big because he looked like their primary receiver out there in the beginning of the game, like early.
Sure, yeah.
Like him and
McCaffrey was out there, huh? Let's
he was
go.
first first game back, so I didn't expect too much from him. Um, but I mean, having him out there makes a difference. Juwan Jennings is out there happy with more money instead of being out there with no
Nice.
contract, not getting what he wanted.
Sure.
Um, their backup tight end, I can't even remember his name, but he looked decent. Like he was out there running around, so uh, he kind of looked like a poor man's Kittle. So we'll see. Maybe he can produce for them. Fred Warner at one time looked like he was banged up for a little bit, but he remained in the game, so that's good for them.
Dog.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest surprises from week 1 in the NFL. The Packers with a 14-point win over the Lions. I was not expecting that. I mean, no, Micah Parsons just got over there. But 27-13 in Green Bay. I didn't expect the Lions to fall off that much. That was pretty crazy. But Jordan Love starts fast.
Hey, I'm a Jordan Love fan, so yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Love, let's see, it was 10-0 in the first quarter. Yeah, so they just took it from there.
Yeah, start that. Jordan Love is Samoan.
I did not know that.
No, he's not. He does look Samoan though. He went to Utah State, so when he came out, everybody was like, "Oh, damn, another Samoan quarterback." And he's not Samoan.
Love it. All right. Big games that happened this week. The Eagles opened up the season 24-20 versus the Cowboys. Buccaneers won a tight win over the Falcons, 23-20. The Bengals had a 1-point win over the Browns. And this one I wanted to focus on. The Colts hosted the Miami Dolphins. And oh my Lord. The Colts finished with a 33-8 win. Daniel Jones was like 22 of 27 for 270 yards, a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. And Tua was not as good. They were behind early, but even Bill Barnwell was writing about this, and he was saying there was a real issue with the Dolphins offense and the vibes, or, the way that Tua is able to get it going is kind of troublesome. So if they didn't score until 6 minutes left in the game. So 33-8 was the final score, and it was 33-0 most of the time. Tua, 14 of 23, 114, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I think he had a fumble too. Devon Achane, only 7 carries for 55 yards, though. And then a couple catches. Tyreek only had 8 PPR points. So that was fun if you drafted him thinking a third round, fourth round was going to get, return
someone
on that.
Someone in one of the leagues I'm in with you just tried to trade the Tyreek Hill for DK Metcalf. No, it's
Bruh, Franklin, fool. Yeah. Bruh, he was like, hey, what's up, man? Good game. He just beat me by 3 points. He's like, let me get – I forgot who it was, but it was for Tyreek Hill, and I was like, no. But that made me think. It is buy low on the Dolphins, right? Because this was a horrible game, but it was a lot of turnovers. The Colts had a really good game, super efficient game.
It's just the first game. I think you still have time to work out kinks. So we'll see.
The vibes, though. Tyreek, at the end of last season for Miami, quit on this team. Like, he said, I'm done. I'm out of here. Basically that he was out. So there was that fracture, but it felt like, they had worked through some of it during preseason training camp, and we're going to go out there, brotherhood, but it's still like, if things aren't going well and it looks bad, it could be Tyreek saying, F this, I don't want to play here anymore. He gets traded. The numbers don't look great, but like the contract numbers don't make sense for a trade, but if he forces his way out, it could. What the heck is going on with Mike McDaniel's offense? Why is it not working anymore? What happened? People figured out how to stop the motion?
That's what I was just about to say. Maybe they figured out what he's doing with all the motions and all the movement in the backfield, like pre-play. So, and that's because that's what guys do. That's what coaches do. They work in the off season to try to figure out what you're going to do. So now, if that's what's happening, then it's time for Mike McDaniel to kind of work on that and figure things out. That's what that's your job as a coach now. People always talk about, well, what do coaches do? This is what coaches do. That's your job now.
They could get better. They could make those adjustments to get better. But we both denied a trade today for the number 1 receiver in their offense.
They
said no, thank you.
Tyreek Hill also could be turning into next Antonio Brown. Like, he's like Antonio Brown light.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of see that. I saw like a
yeah,
comparison. Someone was like, "What are the chances he walks off in the middle of the game, a la Antonio Brown?"
yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen, and there's like a level. Just be
Right.
professional about it. Just don't even show up if you're gonna do that. Just stay
But
home.
on the
You
on
get
the
cut.
positive side of that game, Daniel Jones, the coach, hats off to the coaching staff with the Colts, offensive coordinator, head coach.
Mhm.
They super simplified the game for Daniel Jones. I'm not playing. If you see a lot of the
I'm
passes,
saying,
hey,
jeez.
he looked like the guy that. So if that's what it takes for him to get your guys going,
Mhm.
then cool. Also, he kept
Cool.
throwing to Ty Warren, which got me like 14 points.
Hey, Tyler Warren's for real.
Yeah, Ty Warren, he's for
Yeah.
real. So thpeople would thought I was a fool for taking him as my first tight end, but ha ha ha, first game.
Uh-huh.
But no, yeah, a lot of the passes for the Colts were short, intermediate routes. Nothing big, nothing to overextend whatever Daniel Jones can't do. They kind of just focused on what he could do,
Yeah.
and that's cool. Shouts out,
I
yeah, I just shout out to their coaching staff for figuring that out.
I'm not buying Daniel Jones. I
It's
mean,
only the first game, but
he had two rushing touchdowns, right? So he's jumping off the board in
which, yeah,
fantasy,
in
right? That
fantasy,
looks crazy.
I bet
But I don't think that stuff is going to be
sustainable,
there every year. I mean, every week, right? It's going to
right?
be, you know, people are going to be wise up to it, right? Because people
We'll
forget that
see.
Daniel Jones is mobile. All
Right,
right.
he is mobile.
The Cardinals beat the Saints by only 7. Come on. The Giants lost to the Commanders in Washington 6-21. The Jaguars beat the Panthers 26-10. The Broncos didn't win by all that much, one score, 20-12 versus the Titans. And the Steelers in a shootout with the Jets. This was another big surprise that this game was going crazy. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes.
Four
I'm sure you guys have heard
touchdowns
about those.
for a
Uh,
win.
for a win, 34-32. Last second, Chris Boswell, 60-yard field goal, good from 70. I don't know why this man
Good,
is in
good old
fantasy
steady
rankings.
Boswell.
Bruh, Chris Boswell is a money-making machine.
He is.
So 34-32, Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes, happy to beat his former team who said they didn't want him anymore, kicked him to the curb. The Steelers signed him. Week 1, they're lined up right there. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So what do you think? Aaron Rodgers still got it? Or are you going to pick him up in fantasy, or you think this is a blip?
I'll wait. I mean, I'll wait. But New York's defense isn't anything to scoff at either. They're a pretty solid
Okay.
defense.
Sauce Gardner back there.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner. They got
William
the Williams
Williams.
brothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them. Linebacker, defensive
Mm-hmm.
tackle. So not bad, It'll be good first win, but it also could just be him like, you know what? Screw the Jets. I really want to beat them. And then
Oh,
just
revenge
throws
game.
everything. Yeah, so but I don't think, of course, we've talked about it a lot on here. I've had a lot to say about it. I know a lot of my Pittsburgh fans that are close to my heart right now. I get a message from them every week, every time I have something to say about Pittsburgh. uh, but
Right.
yeah, I think he still has some left in the tank. I don't think he's going to take him to the Super Bowl, but I think he's at least a better quarterback than any of the options they had before. Just
Yeah.
if you say that, also kind of look pretty tank.
Yeah, Justin Fields, 16-22, 218 yards throwing and a touchdown. He also had 12 carries, 48 yards, and 2
And
touchdowns. Man, it's
yep.
going to be like 30 points in fantasy football. For the Steelers, also, Jalen Warren got a
Well, he looked good.
contract before the game. He got 11 carries, 2 catches for about 60 yards and a receiving touchdown.
Yeah,
And
man. Not bad.
is being used as the number 1 running back for the Steelers.
Oh,
And then it's
nice.
Kenneth Gainwell is like the second with 7 carries and kind of like that, receiving back, Kenneth Gainwell. And
Yeah.
then Caleb Johnson, the rookie, was supposed there's a lot of hype that people think he's going to take over for Najee. Only got 1 carry
Yeah. I've
for
seen a lot of people
negative
drop
2
him
yards.
in fantasy.
Yeah, that's crazy. You get the
I think it's too
notification.
early.
Caleb Johnson has been dropped by
Right.
13,000 teams.
I think that was too early. Too early to drop him.
Yeah.
But
Well,
shout out to Jalen Warren. He's sitting on my bench with 14 points.
that was a crazy comeback for the Steelers. They
It
scored
was.
17 points in the fourth quarter. So
It
I don't
was.
know if I mean, Aaron Rodgers had that Achilles injury to open up the 2023 season, right? So he had all of 2023 to recover. He came back last year for 2024. He was okay in the beginning. Once he got Devontae, started the back of the season looked a lot better than the front half.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
possibly it could be Aaron Rodgers, who is like 41, by the way. It could be his body getting back up to speed at like a playable level
I see
where
that.
his body is his body's recovery is catching up with what his mind already wants to do. So 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers definitely is promising. I still think, he's on the wrong side of 40.
For sure. I
And
also
even
think
though
that
he is a goat of throwing the football, eventually it's going to, turn the corner, whether that be just his mind not keeping up with the processing or his body breaking down at its old age. I don't think this is going to last, but it's encouraging. What did you want
is
to say?
I think his O line is a lot better this year too. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
playing behind those guys, shout out to
Tomalo.
to the Pittsburgh fans for holding it down. Like they got a line this year, they got a line.
Faltanu's
So
out there.
Beltano's out there.
Let's
Uh,
go.
so yeah, they look good, and he's got DK. I think DK's way better than Pickens. So probably the same skill
Sure.
set, but I think he hits it at a better rate. So
Of Rogers' 30 attempts, 7 targets went to DK Metcalf, 4 catches for 83 yards with a long of
30
31.
attempts.
Throw him down.
30.
Keep throwing. All right. Yeah, those are most of the games for a week one. Let us know if there's any other games that you want us to cover. Well, I mean, I guess I can get to the end of the list here. 49ers, Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Texans at Rams. The Rams won 14-9. And then the Vikings on Monday night beat the Bears 27-24. JJ McCarthy, that was another big surprise, actually.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good.
He started with 6-3 and outs. So it started kind of shaky.
And a
And
pick
then
six.
21 points in the fourth quarter for the
Right.
Vikings, including that freaking bootleg scramble and lowering the shoulder to get into the
Yeah.
end zone for
Yeah.
the Michigan man.
Also encouraging for Chicago fans. Caleb Williams starting to look like a serviceable quarterback. He didn't do too bad last year, but I think
Caleb Williams?
I think he looks a little better than last year. I think he's going to turn that corner that everybody expected him to turn last season. So
21 of 35, so that's 60%, 210 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, tackled twice. Rushed or scrambled 6 times for 58 yards, including a touchdown. Get it?
he's got some wheels on him, man. Like
Nice.
his escapability in the backfield was wild. Like he would like back up, dart forward, and then like kind of drop back again. Like
Yeah.
he's got shakes. He's got
I
shakes too.
mean, that he's been doing that,
Since
since
yeah.
Oklahoma, USC.
So
The line isn't great, so he moves around. But
yeah,
hopefully the line, they got like a whole new middle. They got Jonah Jackson from the Lions that came with Ben Johnson. They got Joe Tooney,
yeah.
who has won Super Bowls with the Patriots, or I don't know, has won Super Bowls with the Patriots. Have he?
I think he
The
won one.
Chiefs, and now getting traded over there. So their line should be a lot better. Hopefully you can calm down. Of Caleb Williams' 35 attempts, 9 of them went to Roma Dunze, 6
He had
catches,
a good game.
37 yards, and a touchdown.
He looks nice.
7 went to Olamidia Zacchaeus, and only 5 of them to DJ Moore. I don't know how I feel about DJ Moore. I feel like he's being thrown to the side for a
Underutilized
doomsday.
for sure.
All right. Let's talk about this. Week 2. Who cares about all the other games? Your team plays in week 2, that's fine. Our teams play each other in week 2. The Chargers leave Brazil, go home, get a break, and then have to travel all the way. Is it like a 45-minute flight to Vegas to play the division rival? Second of 3 division games to start the game for the Chargers in Brazil versus Kansas City, at Vegas, and then hosting the Denver Broncos in week 3. This is quite a gauntlet to open up the season for the Chargers, but I think we're ready. I'm excited. How do you feel about the Chargers going into Vegas, and why are you ready to take your first loss of the season under Pete Carroll in this regime?
Well, first of all, thank you for the question. Second, we definitely will be 2-0 at the end of the second week. Definitely be 2-0 at the end of the second week of football.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It maybe because you're still suffering from the loss that you're about to take.
Oh no. If there was a future me, he would have get in with those lottery numbers. You see, it's like over $1 billion again.
Lance can't hear right now.
Change my life.
He's having like a minor stroke right now because he's scared about next week's game. So
I'm having a minor stroke for being on the right side of the win column after 1 week. I'm like, what is this feeling? Oh my gosh, my chest is so tight.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good game. It's two coaches that are. Harbaugh has a year under his belt right now, and did all the things that they wanted him to do coming in. It wasn't going to be a, Super Bowl team right away. I mean, obviously, that's tough to do for any team. But he came in, made the changes. They look tons better. Had some adversity at the beginning of this offseason, and then like later in the offseason, losing their right tackle, but they look pretty good. They made the adjustments, came out Sunday and put up a good game. Again, like you said, a lot of people weren't expecting Herbert to come out there and put on the performance that he did. They were expecting more of maybe like to see Omarion Hampton become like a rookie sensation first game, but that didn't happen. But even with all of that happening, still gonna lose because Pete Carroll is
what?
like that. Pete Carroll's on the other side. Of course, it's just the first game, and you're gonna hear it all the time. It's a different atmosphere in the building. Well, you know what? It looks like a different atmosphere in the building. No shade to AP, but I don't know if AP could have came out after that first half and made those adjustments that they did to stop New England. And again, New England, Drake May is not Justin Herbert. They don't have. He's not there yet. Tons of upside.
They look alike, and they wear the same number. They're 10. Yeah. They were 10. They're 6'5" white guys. Maybe. Right. Kind of run a little bit underrated.
Yeah.
Can sling it. Yeah.
They can. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the adjustments were made, and I think, like I said, I told you before, I believe guys would have ran through a wall for AP. Last year, like if he asked them to run for a wall, they'd protect him, whatever. But I think they believe more in what Pete Carroll has come in and showed them and taught them, like on the field wise. They bought into it a little bit more. So it's good to see because, like I said, the second half adjustments, and I keep saying it because it was big, because they did not look like they were going to win at the end of that second quarter.
It's because Pete Carroll has hair. Right? And Pete Carroll does this thing where he like tucks his hair behind his ear, but his Super Bowl ring is like right there on the middle finger, so it kind of lingers. That's how he gets everybody to follow him, because the man has been to the mountaintop and won the dang thing. It's a lot easier for people. I mean, especially with the name recognition. Pete Carroll, everywhere he's gone, he's been a winner. And when you have that hardware, men will lead you, and men will follow you into battle where you lead them.
It's true.
I mean,
as a coach, though, his is a coach Super Bowl win, like, because AP has one, but he was there as a player, so
no, true.
Different. But I
could do it, but my body can't anymore. So I'm trying to tell you, it's different.
Exactly.
All right, player versus non-player. We see you, we appreciate you. It doesn't matter. We're all contributing, okay? Mike had a good one, bro. Mike said, as a non-player, I'm sitting on the couch analyzing the game, coming up with takes. You could say, I'm better. I'm a better analyst.
Man, that was so, just to be off subject, but like seeing guys argue about that, but not actually getting what RC was trying to say. Like,
Oh, what was he? What
so
was the
like
message? Okay, wait, let's break down the situation. Ryan Clark on Get Up,
yeah,
ESPN. Ryan
yeah,
Clark has worked for ESPN for a while now. He also has a podcast, Pivot. Uh, Peter Schrager came from NFL Network. He now works for ESPN. He's on the table there, and he says something about quarterback.
I forgot what they're saying,
Somebody,
but just the way that he was,
but
yeah,
Ryan Clark comes back. He's like, I expect you to say that or something like that because, and I shouldn't say this, but that's the non-player take
right. That's the non-player
perspective.
take. Okay,
And the guy's like, Peter Schrager's like, whoa, you can't say that.
right.
I don't know.
He was hella
You're
butthurt,
dismissing me.
but that's
I
not
think
what
he
he
did
was
an
saying.
okay job actually, but like standing up for it and telling Ryan, hey, don't do that.
For sure.
Uh, right. But reportedly, allegedly, it was just a post on Instagram that I saw that Ryan Clark is in hot water with ESPN for kind of calling out Peter Schrager like that. But what do you think about the situation, about the fallout from it?
I think it's just some dude being butthurt before Ryan Clark even finished what he was trying to say. Like he was already hurt before, like, and then Ryan Clark asked him to let him finish. What Ryan Clark was trying to say is that's his, as a non-player, that's you're allowed to see stuff like that. Like, you have different takes watching the game because as a player, they're always going to see it just one way. So what he was really trying to say, I got from, was like, as a player, their view is kind of a little more tainted because it's like they can't really change their view on how they see the game because they're always going to see it how the way they've seen it on the field. So
Yeah, I mean that's what
yeah,
gives them that expertise,
yeah.
right? The time
But
that they
he
spent
right, and
there,
he
that 99.9% of people never
right,
did. Yeah.
right, and that's what he was saying. Not he wasn't trying to dismiss him. He was trying to explain that that's how
Well,
he
he
sees.
said that I understand why you would say that. That's the
Yeah,
non-player take,
yeah.
right? So that is dismissing him. That's like, yeah, you're
Mm, I
no,
mean,
okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
because he
no, I
still
see what you're
said. I
saying.
mean, I know it. I get it. That's how people can say it. But like for him, is maybe just the choice of words he used or like how he said it. But what he was
Mm.
trying to say is like that's your view, yes, but this is also how we're gonna see it because we were on the field. So it's two different views. But then
It'll
then
blow
you're gonna
over.
have some fool on
It'll,
another segment when come out and be like, for all the we see we have
oh
get
yeah,
the
Kyle
hell out of
Brandt
here,
on
yeah,
NFL Network for
trying
his
to be, yeah,
former
definitely.
co-host. For all you
Oh God,
non-player
right,
analysts, we see you, we acknowledge you, we respect
whatever.
you.
Stop being so
All
soft,
right,
fool.
stop trying to run away from this game analysis, fool. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 points. How many points do you think the Raiders could lose by, and you still feel happy? Like I want to,
I
we'll do
don't buy
two,
into I
one,
don't
one
buy
and
I don't
two.
buy into things like that because I don't see us losing. So I can't
Of
answer a
course,
question. I can't answer a question that I don't believe in. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right, right.
Yeah,
But
you want me
okay,
to give you an answer, but like, no, there's if I have to give
let's
you an answer, there's no points. If the
let.
Raiders were to lose, there's no points that I would be happy that they lost by.
It's a coin flip, right? Like it shouldn't be anyone favored.
No, of course they're going to be favored. They had
Well,
the best
okay, yeah.
season last
Let's look
year.
at just what we know from this season.
Okay, from this
You
season,
guys, we both won by like 6, 7 points
right?
versus our people, right? You guys played the Patriots, new team building, gonna be good. We played the Chiefs.
So of
There,
course that's another reason why you should be
right?
favored. You guys beat the king of our division, who's been king of that division for you know numerous seasons before this one. So you guys took down the big dog, which is why you guys are even though it's a three teams that are at 1-0. People are
In the
gonna
AFC
consider,
West,
yeah,
and the Chiefs are not one of them.
and the Chiefs are not winning them.
That's
Fucking
awesome.
I wish the Broncos would have lost. Anyway, uh,
The Broncos did not wipe the Tennessee Titans like we thought they were,
they did
and
it with
Bo
the
Nix
rookie
did not
quarterback
do
too.
great.
No,
Like fantasy analysts were pushing him up as he didn't run, he didn't
yeah,
throw. So, uh, the
totally
Chargers,
different. But
I'm feeling confident. I know it's going to be a tough division game, but just looking at, you know, we're in the second year of a rebuild. You guys are in the first year of a rebuild.
first,
I'm thinking
yeah,
maybe that's a little bit to do with it. I think
for
the
sure.
rosters are in different places. Um, And then just going over who we went against last week, holding Patrick Mahomes down. I think game script, right? The Chargers had a lead, so that plays into it a little bit. But I think they can go from Patrick Mahomes to Geno Smith, and hopefully he's less mobile than Mahomes was, less, arm strength, so they can cover a little tighter. And then on the other side of the ball for the defense, trying to figure out how to limit Max Crosby. So the question I wanted to ask you was, who would you say your guys' best run stopping front seven guy is?
Man, right now, I think it'd be between Butler and Booker. Booker played a
Butler,
really
Adam
good game.
Butler?
Adam
Dang.
Butler. But Booker, for a guy who just got traded over there,
Mhm.
looks really good on that. Like you want to give praise to the scouts with the Eagles organization to
Mhm.
have a guy like that, like deep in your depth chart,
Well,
still
yeah,
be
because
that
you
good,
guys gave up a cornerback to
who's
get
actually about
a
to
D
start right
lineman.
now because man, shout out to
One of the
USC, but what's his name? Adoree Jackson has been benched
a
for
oh no.
Jacorian Bennett. Yeah. So
Oh,
Jacorian
okay.
Bennett,
See?
Jacorian Bennett now,
Both of your
yeah.
guys are
So
starting. Good
right. So
trade.
yeah, yeah. Because
No.
he came in and had like 3 pass breakups, and he did a really good job for Philly. But yeah, the scouts in Philly, like the D linemen that they have on the team, to be able to lose Booker, still have those guys there, but also have Booker come over to the Raiders and still
Mm.
be like he got there and started.
I,
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like
trying to
he's a starter.
figure out where the Chargers should target their run game. Where would you say the weak point of the front seven is for the Raiders?
No, I was about to say, I'm not gonna tell you like we're about to discuss.
So
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna give you guys
you
an
gonna go
advantage.
tell them?
uh man, probably towards Malcolm Kuz. Whatever side he's gonna be on.
More of
But
a
I think
pass rushing?
yeah, he's more of a pass rusher. But if that happens, I think they end up putting Tyree Wilson in, who looks leaps and bounds better than he did.
Oh, nice.
He looks really good. Looks oh
Good.
my god, he's gigantic. Even like
Oh,
my gosh, he's huge.
wait, his
Like
first year he was getting pushed around a little bit?
no, I'm not like big wise. He's just I think he was more the speed of the game
Oh, yeah.
and like
His
just
first year
learning.
last year, yeah?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
learning like
okay.
the ins and outs of the defense. He got there
Yeah.
late, of course. He had an injury, so he was late to like being on the field with everybody, kind of getting into the his groove early, like most rookies do,
Yeah,
having a whole
sure.
off season with their new team. So I think this season, he's been able to work with his trainers. He's worked with Max Crosby so much this off season. Of course, he looks definitely bigger because he's playing inside outside now. They do like to switch him in D tackle.
Mhm.
So yeah, if Tyree Wilson's on the outside, it might be a better run defense for them. But yeah, you're definitely gonna run towards probably Malcolm Kuhn's side, if anything.
Joe Alt looked great Friday versus Kansas City in Brazil. There is a clip of him, holding up Chris Jones, all pro.
Man, it's just like he's been projected to do that since like high school. And he wasn't like
Man, yeah.
look, he wasn't even a great like the scouts that picked him up at Notre Dame who do it, they've been called O line U for a long time. They do a really great job of scouting O linemen. And
Sure.
not just the 5-star linemen, 4-star linemen coming out of high school. They'll go and get guys who they think are going to develop into something like that. He came in, he wasn't as highly touted as some of the guys that were on his in his recruiting class, but ended up having to start anyway, never relinquished the job while he was in college. And
Mm.
by the time he got to his senior year, uh, it was him and I think it was an offensive tackle from Georgia that they were talking about uh being 1 and 2, and they were like, well, he's just gonna be like an okay starter in the NFL. He won't be. He's come into the league and just he's dominated. And now that he's at
Get it.
his left tackle, people were like, oh, he's so good at right tackle. He was a left tackle his whole career. Now
He's
he
supposed
did
to be a
some.
left tackle, but the
That's what I
Chargers
mean.
had all pro left tackle
Already,
Rashawn
already,
Slater.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's not like
they're parking the future, who they call
right.
the future Hall of Famer or a Hall of Fame trajectory type career this Just this year, they started talking
Yeah,
about him
man.
like that. And son of an offensive lineman, right, for Kansas
Yes.
City. His dad
Yes.
alt played,
Yep.
so he's got some of that genealogy, I'd say. But
Yeah.
he's also, it's his second year, and he looks like a dog, like
Man.
a
And
freaking gorilla, just walking. And I don't know if it's like there's this vibe shift where it's like clearly he's not a rookie. And even if he was being a little goofy last year, now it's like everyone understands that he's like a goofball too. But
they're gonna
also
kick your
just
ass though.
he is so goofy because he's just so comfortable knowing he could like carry
Yeah.
anybody out of a building.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of like growing in his showing of that. Like
For sure.
definitely going out more. He's like freaking going out with Justin Herbert and Madison Beer. Him and Trey Pipkins are going out to restaurants with them and stuff like that. He's
Testo.
making jokes with Justin Herbert. He's like stealing his bag and walking out with it. I'm carrying your bag, John. You're my quarterback. Stuff like that. So
Just comfortable. He's
yeah,
comfortable.
and looking comfortable in his own skin and
Yeah.
dominating out there. So to be able to do that versus
That's important, man.
the
Yeah.
Kansas City defensive line that
Oh, for
includes
sure.
somebody like Chris Jones,
Chris Jones.
I think that's going to be great. I know he has a test coming up this Monday versus Max Crosby and all of the freaking Raiders defenders that they're going to throw at him. I'm hoping that he gets Crosby as much as possible. I want that like best on best and hope
Yeah.
that Joel can win or like slow him down, because if Max Crosby is able to camp on the right tackle,
Oh my
I feel
gosh.
like that. I mean, so how do you
Which is what
even
happened last year. Remember?
but how do you stop that from happening, right? You got to keep a lead so that the Raiders can't be in pass rush mode. You
Right.
have to run at Max Crosby, or do you have to run to the left behind Joe Alt, right? And say, hey, we're getting it on this young man's hip. And if you want to stop us, meet us over here, fool. Okay? Leave Trey Pipkins alone. Pick on somebody your own side over here on the your own size over here on the left side.
I
So, I
think
mean,
the most important thing for the Chargers is like I was just talking about Genzi, how he had a good game blocking. It's gonna be on the shoulders of the backfield to help chip Max
yeah.
Crosby. You don't have to pancake him or stay with him. You just have
No.
to chip him enough, yeah, right, to give him like that extra like half a second or
Angle, yes.
right,
Time, able to
right.
slide back a little bit more, catch him a
That's
little
gonna be
better.
important.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna be
I
important for
I
the
thought
backfield.
Hampton did good in pass protection. I was surprised how much Hampton was out there. I thought because Najee was the veteran, maybe this eye thing was overblown. I took
No.
Najee to have 60 yards and an anytime touchdown. And there's a reason those odds were so high. It was like $20
Yeah,
to win
no.
$2,000. I was like, all right.
Hampton
But
coming in was really talked about a guy like that people were considering taking over Genty, like early in draft projections and stuff like that. Like he's just got
yeah.
the explosion to him, his build, the way he runs between tackles. He can do it.
Yeah.
He can catch out of the backfield. So
A lot more stocky and stronger than
right, right,
than
right,
you
right.
think. They're like, oh, he's explosive. Oh, does that mean he's like
He's got
Darren
a really
Sproles?
great
He's
base.
small and fast? No, he's yeah,
Man, but Darren Bros was
stocky.
strong too. I won't lie.
Yeah, I mean,
Rose was
yeah,
strong as
Mighty
shit.
Mouse,
Yeah,
Doug Martin. Uh,
he's
yeah,
great.
okay. I need the Chargers to win this game. That's what I need.
Nah, you can go without it. You're good.
No. Two
You're
and O
good.
teams,
You get
make the playoffs at a much higher
I
rate. 3 and
need
0.
them
I
to.
need to
I
be
need the
there.
Raiders to win. I need the Raiders to. That's what
I
the
the
world
Chargers
needs the
are
Raiders to
going.
win.
No,
The Raiders, yeah. You know what?
I
The
don't know if a
league and
2 and
football.
0.
Look, tell me this is facts. You know this is facts.
Hmm.
The football world is so much better when the Raiders are relevant. Tell me I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
you guys are relevant. That's fine. You don't need to win a game.
Of
You're
course we
relevant.
do. That's how you stay relevant, man.
You guys have
You
Pete
know,
Carroll and Max
when
Crosby.
when the Raiders are winning, NFL is a much better place.
I would say when they're relevant. Yeah. You guys can win after this. That's fine. What do we want to put on this game? The Chargers favored by 3.5 points in Vegas. But we're doing it straight up. What do you want to do? We're gonna be by each other. Hey. All right.
You still got a few days to think about it. Still got a few
No,
days.
we're gonna be watching it at a bar or something. We're gonna rack up a bill. Then whoever loses at the end of the game has to pay for
Yeah. Joke's on you. I'm already broke.
it. I'm gonna bring my family. All right.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun to hang out, of course, and we'll
Yeah,
see if we
football.
can talk to some people out there. All right. Any shout outs before we go?
Man, you know what? I didn't even think about it because I was just thinking about the Raiders to win so much this season.
Hey, shout out to the Raiders and their fans that will believe in them to the end of days. Shout out to Mena Moli, cinematographer, filmed, directed High Guy Lie's new music video.
Fire video too.
Bro, yeah. Turn
Good
us up when
music.
you with yo dog. All My Dogs by High Guy Lie.
Yep.
Definitely check that out.
Man, you know what? And shout out to those guys for sharing, collaborating with us on the videos we did for the interviews. Not just the interviews, but the pictures we took, the videos we did of them for
Oh
Polytickin,
yeah.
High Guy Lie, Tess, so originally she was cool. Tama God bless. Man, a lot of his videos like that we did, the interview we did just really took off. Keleni's as well.
Tama Job
Christian
Bless,
Victorian.
4 S's no longer.
Nope, two. We're back to two.
What happened? His account got
We're
taken
back to
down
two.
again. What is this? What is the rating on this account?
Man, and you know what? That's like the third time and he's always had just like really good. And I've never seen anything inappropriate on his page. Like even like for like
That's funny.
maybe languages, but I've seen worse things on lists like on my feed. Like it's wild. The dude's all about positivity. You know what I mean? Just everywhere he tries to spread positivity. Super funny, super talented. He does music too. Um, yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to just watching our guy, man, Justice too, doing his thing. If you guys need a photo
Cannon.
shoot, I mean, you can call me too if you guys need. But also, if you guys need anything done, y'all can call like
Hey,
Justice.
Village Kids Media,
Look up
bro.
Oops, look up Oops Cannon. And yeah, man. Shout out to all these man. Shout out to Pete Toyota of the Living Room Creative Community. All the things he's doing
Hey,
right
Pete.
now with photography, cinematography, his clothing brand at the moment, and but most of all, him teaching the youth a skill that I don't know, like not too many people are going to share with somebody else, and he does it like out of the goodness of his heart. He don't ask for much, man. He's out there in the community again, working with another friend that Lance just mentioned with Mena. You know, he be out there supporting Eri at the community things that Eri puts together, the drives that he has on the weekends at the church, and then with the get together they're having this Saturday. You know, Petey's usually around there. He shoots content with them. So yeah, Pete's doing a lot of great things, man. And if you guys don't know, go follow him, Pete Tololo. Just great stuff, man. Love to see our Polynesian creators, just like our Pacifica creators, be out there like that. Oh, shout out to my sister Donato Fotoesi, who was just at the premiere of Tina in LA and got to interview all the people that were there with the movie,
Nice.
and the rest of the cast. Um, Go follow her on Instagram, Donato Fotoesi. Great page. She's doing great things too. You might see her in some movies upcoming. So, doing really great things in LA. Shout out to you, Nato. Amazing, amazing. Always proud of my siblings. Man, yeah, man.
Shout out to Levasa Island Apparel,
Always, always, always.
www.levasaislandapparel.com. Also, follow them on Instagram, le_Vasa, for the latest on the Via Dolorosa neighborhood market. They're going to have there in Modesto, 1331 Cascade Avenue. It's going to be on September 20th. But definitely tap into that post that they have on Levasa IG and I think they're looking for if any other small businesses want to like be vendors too. So if you have a small business or know of a small business, you can tag them there, and they can figure out how to get them out there in the lot during the neighborhood market so that more people can see the wares and buy the stuff. So yeah, shout out to Brother Uri for continuing to put that together. For stay hydrated, stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? It's great work that they're doing. So love and light and everything there.
Also, onto his page, watch it real. If you're trying to make, if you're into making t-shirts, printing, he's got a whole tutorial about how he put it on there. He's putting out information, trying to share it with people, never gatekeeping. Oh, yeah, love that guy, man. Love that guy.
We went over, but this is like what you can expect from our football breakdowns. We're gonna go into every week that we have here. We got to figure out, maybe we do another episode for the previews for week 2, because I love this. I'm so happy we're doing this. We could do a fantasy, man. Okay, yeah. Actually, let's talk about this offline.
Hey, shout out to me. I went
shout out to you.
3-4 this week in fantasy. 3-4.
3-4.
Yep.
3 of 4.
3-4-4. Yeah.
3 for 4.
Yeah.
Cool. I went 1-5. I thought it was going to be 2-4. I lost by like a last second Caleb Williams throw.
You can share in my joy.
No. I don't want yours. I'm getting mine. I'll be all right. It's a bunch of wacky losses.
Me and Lance playing 3 leagues together, and those are 3 leagues that I won in.
Yep. I think we're playing this week. Bruh, we're playing this week. Our teams are playing this week. This is crazy.
Man, I'm going to go undefeated in 2 things this week. That's crazy.
Oh, see. No, here we go. All right. Thanks for doing this, bro. And we'll update everybody with that fantasy score. You can go ahead and leave in the comments who you think is going to win. Me or the reigning champion, Forrest. All right.
And if you're looking for an MC for any of your events, sign my guy Lance up. Hook Lance up. What? Pay him, man.
No.
Lance is going to be the best MC ever at your event, man.
I do not want to be the MC at your event.
Pay him. He does.
I do not. Thank you so much for the consideration. It's got to be a lot of money. No, just kidding. All right. Love and light. Thank you for listening to us Wednesdays in the morning. Definitely hit up the Polytickin Network on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify and Apple. Or definitely hit that Patreon.
Best $5 you ever spent.
Give us some money. Yeah. See, that sounds weird to say. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Stay hydrated. Stay blessed. Stay balling. Love and light. Peace.
Give him some money so he can pay for the food on Monday.